So I studied psychology for like 2 semesters in Boston, and I've been in therapy for like 10 years already. And I think each human is different. I think our upbringing has a lot to do with our lives. Or just like if you eat a lot of junk food, you get fat, but then you can get skinny again, get buff again. Life is not in a strict continuum, but it is on a pendulum. Like we've oscillated between emotions, between weights, between jobs. It's like swimming in the ocean, right? You can make a boat, you can fish. But psychology is very fascinating to me because I try to understand how and why we do things. And I think each human has its own story to tell. And I think human behavior is fascinating. I try to understand why people do what they do. Try to understand their motivations and how we work and how our brain works. And I learned not to take things too seriously. I've been in and out of therapy. It helps a lot if you get the right therapist. You can just connect really well. It's good to understand our emotions and how what triggers us. Like there's lots of theories right about life and what causes life and philosophies about life. But what I like most is Gnosticism and Hermeticism, which is Gnostic means knowledge, and we have a connection with nature, right? And we must abide by nature's laws, or we can break them too. But it's like nature is where we interact, and our inner self, our soul, is what gives us aura or some sort of supernatural sensations and thoughts. And our consciousness, I think, is kind of like paranormal because nobody can really explain what it is, but it's there. And we have dreams which are awesome, and we react emotionally, sensorially, sexually. All our senses seem to be amazing to me because, like, how can we perceive this world? That's the Matrix, like, you know, like you get this feeling about things, and you're kind of like an autopilot sometimes. But what motivates us can be many different things, like money, hunger, wealth, pain, and it takes a special kind of someone to meet it with a smile and just try your best and not get caught up in life so much, because life is, there's no rule book. Well, there is biologically, but with your actions, what you can do or not, you gotta follow the law or you go to jail. You gotta, do your homework or you'll lose your job. There are some things you gotta follow, but you can also find exploration and a way to interact with people to get what you want or not what you want. I by means no expert. I just like absorbing information and having these ideas. I think life is a mystery, and we gotta understand why and what we do, but we don't have to be too strict, because if you're still breathing air, you still can keep going. And if you're feeling like depressed, suicidal, bad, if you have some trauma, talking to people really helps. Writing down your thoughts, playing an instrument, make a YouTube video. It's like Hermeticism. You're meant to have a connection with nature. You're meant to understand what makes us tick. You're meant to live a life of virtue, be a good person, help others. For me, it's just being kind. Just being kind to people really helps. Life is like a box of chocolates. I really like movies. I study cinema, but I'm trying to understand this world, and I don't pretend to hold all the answers, because I don't. But I think that therapy is, everybody should try it at least once. And our minds are wired differently. And I have a lazy eye, which means that my brain and my eyes aren't very well responding together. But I can still see and act normally, but some people think it's ugly, and when it goes up, I don't see very well. But yeah, that's my little quirk, right? I was born early. I had a brain hemorrhage, and my eyes are busted. But I had 4 eye surgeries. I think that's a metaphor for life. You gotta fight. You gotta keep going and do what you can with what you have. I don't pretend to know all the answers. It's really discovering human human behavior. That's what I really like, because we humans, we interact. We're pack creatures. We want to live in societies. But at the same time, I get a yearning for adventure. Go out into the wilderness, excavate a tomb, go fishing. I stay a lot of time on the computer, which I kind of hate, but yet again, therapy has really taught me to be honest about sharing my thoughts and emotions, and see where life brings you, because it's a mystery. You can get sick and die one day, and you could win the lottery the other, and we never know what's gonna happen. And I think that creativity and not letting get things, not forcing things in any way, shape, or form. My upbringing was very good. I was born. I was born in 2002, and when I was 5, I moved to Germany. I lived in front of a forest. I would play with my brother in the snow, and then came back to Brazil. Stayed here for 7 years. 2019, I went to Costa Rica, finished school there. And in 2021, I went to study psychology in Boston. Didn't finish my degree. Got back here and studied cinema. But I still have a good place for psychology in my heart. I wanted to do psychology research. I wanted to help others understand us more. But that went out the window. I also almost became a Paralympic ski athlete for Brazil. That went out the window. I went to Costa Rica to ski. And I've had ups and downs, but I'm stable, and I think that I'm very lucky to have what I can. But I still have bad days, good days. And it's okay. It's okay to get yourself a cheat meal someday, or pretend you want to stay late in bed. I want to explore the world and see what I can find. That's it. Thank you for watching.